Alright guys, we're back at it again, doing another Techno-dud for Chris Renfro at Outsville Billiards. This time I'm going to show you the secret sauce, the way I get it done. This one's actually going to be for my, when I travel for work, I don't like taking my custom cue, because TSA are assholes and I don't want them throwing a $1,600 cue around. So my backup cue is just a Lucky cue from McDermott. They're 40 bucks, you can get them on Amazon. They play great. They don't roll real well, but if you can run a rack, you can run a rack with one of these. They play great. So this is a 3/8 pin. I think I got this one on Atlas. You can get them on eBay. I think they're like 8 bucks. But I've got one of these pins for every cue that I own. I've got one in 3/8, I've got a Unilock, I've got a 5/16 14, 5/16 18 you can get at a hardware store. Just buy a section of all thread, cut it off with a hacksaw. The hard one for me, my custom cue is a 3/8 11. That one's harder to track down. I got a hold of one of the guys on Easy Billiards, and they sent me a G10 3/8 11. I think I spent 25 bucks on that one. That was a little more. But usually they're like 8 bucks, and well worth it. So I'll show you how I do it with one of these. All you need, cordless drill. Check your pin up. Check it and make sure that it's running true. This one's running true. Set your drill down, cut off your old tip. I'm actually eager to try it on this shaft. I haven't put a Techno-dud on this one yet. This is one of the Dudley tips from Mueller, their version of the milk duds. And it worked okay, but they don't last for shit. Like 6 weeks and I had to put a new one on. So I'm gonna see how the Techno-dud does on this one. Cut off your old tip. Try to get off as much as you can by hand without getting into the ferrule. Make sure this thing's recording. Yeah, we're good. Okay, that's a good place to start. So, take your drill, get your thread started, run it in there. Now, take your drill, set it on the ground. This works without shoes on, by the way. Put your drill on the ground, you're gonna run the action with your toe. Real simple. So you get your 60 grit, and clean up that face on the ferrule. Try to stay off the shoulder because you can round that shoulder off real fast. So you gotta be careful while you're doing this. Work from the middle out. Real light pressure. All you're trying to do is get that old tip material off of there. Every once in a while, take your razor blade. Make sure she's flush. And there you have it, clean ferrule. So, same thing we did when we did it by hand. We're gonna get our Techno-dud, take it out of the wrapper, scuff it up. Again, Snarky Puppy, amazing band. This is their 2014 Java Jazz Festival live on YouTube. Well, it was live. It's not live now. You get what I mean. So you see how that's dark? You just want to get it to where it's kind of that chalky white color. Turn it every few strokes. Okay, then we apply our glue, dot about the size of a pencil eraser. Don't need a whole lot. Try not to touch the face. Squish it around, get it centered up. Apply pressure, hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. And Chris, this is my last Techno-dud. So once I burn through these, I'm gonna need some more. Use some paper towel, clean off your squeeze out. Okay, now is where the magic happens. Razor blade. You got to be super careful the angle that you hold this at. A, if it catches, you don't want to cut your finger off. B, if it catches, you don't want to gouge the ferrule. So work slow, be careful, and use the ferrule as your guide. I found they also cut a little better when you get them wet. That noise you're hearing, the wobble, is because it wasn't seated totally flat. Or sorry, centered on the shaft. So one side's hitting a little harder than as it spins around. But if you're careful, you're gonna take off that high spot and it's gonna be smooth. Flip your blade around. This will dull a blade real quick. I usually go through 2 or 3 blades per tip. Wet it up again. Okay. I caught a little there. I'm gonna get a new blade. Yeah, it cuts way better with a good blade. Just trying to be real careful here to get off that high spot. All right, That at least gets us close enough to where we can switch to sandpaper. The ferrule's pretty close. There's still a lip, but most of it's hogged off. Now we go to 320. Go to work. Now I'm being real careful here. I'm not touching the ferrule at all. I got my finger at an angle against the tip. It's getting warm, let it cool off. Okay, let that cool off, get a clean piece of sandpaper. There it is. Make sure you can see what you're doing. Okay, now we got that high spot pretty much gone. So we're gonna hit it with a razor blade again. Which one of those was the newer blade? I think it was this one. Wet it. See how it ribbons off? There we go, now that high spot's completely gone. Okay, back to the 320. Get us a clean piece. Get another piece on this shaft. It was sitting in the garage for a while, and I moved from Maryland to Tucson, so the humidity difference, my shaft shrunk, so I'm going to clean up that shoulder real quick. Like I said, it helps when your fingers are damp a little bit. Grip the paper. Okay, now that lip's gone. So we move on to 600. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time on the 600. We'll make sure it doesn't get hot. Get those 320 marks out of the ferrule. Okay. Now, you could move on to 1200 and wax from here, but like I said in the other video, I like having a black shoulder on mine. So we're gonna tape it. I'm gonna try to do a better job of taping this one so we don't get shit all over the ferrule like we did. Getting this on straight is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's worth spending some time here. Make sure you get it right. Come on. There we go. Okay, make sure that seats all the way around. Get your marker. Okay, let that dry. While that's drying, you grab your scuffer. Okay, hit it with your marker again. Peel your tape. If I can find the edge of the tape. There we go. Much better that time. I'm telling you, if you can get your hands on frog tape, it works way better than regular masking tape. The blue tape works better than the yellow tape, but the green frog tape's the best stuff, particularly for this. Okay, get your paper towel. Again, beeswax, toilet seal is your best friend. I think they're like $7, and that's enough beeswax to last you your whole life. Okay, you got the wax in there. Burnish it up. Wax it one more time. Clean part of the towel. Burnish it up. And grab your 60 grit and just lightly scuff off any of that wax that might have got on there. That's it, guys. Let me see if I can get this over here where you can see it. Come on, focus. Come on. Looks like a cue maker did it. So again, thanks to Chris. Love the Techno-duds. They play awesome. And with a little Sharpie, they polish up and look real nice. They look real nice anyway, but if you like a black tip, they polish up real nice with Sharpie. So thanks, guys. This is Jay Ferguson signing out.